Listening to the birdies. My goodness, look at the intentedness. Oh dear, he sees a snack but forgets there's a screen. I think today I'm gonna sort of look through more of the hoard that's here. This is all stuff that was left here when I moved in. There's these red, like, slate pieces. The gray with the bird shit on it. Some more red ones, maybe another color in there. And some old, knackered wood that is just beyond any help anymore. So I gotta like get in there and pull it out. I want to pull the stones out, see what's actually there, get the wood out. Maybe we'll cut that up using a China product. Before I show you, take a look at these bricks here. On the right are the kind of red ones, and on the left there's sort of like a greenish, like cement, pebbly kind of thing. There were stacks and stacks and stacks of both of these kind of bricks when I moved in. And over the years they disappeared. I know where the bulk of them went. The bulk of them went next door to the Chatalian, because I was cleaning up some brush and debris, and I was standing on a chair, and I looked over the fence, which I never did before, because you never know when that bitch was going to pop her head out. You never fucking knew, so I just never dared to even look over the fence. And right up against the house are all these bricks in that. There is a picture that I took here about a month before the deal went through on the house. And there it is. You can see the pile of bricks right there. Right on the left side, closest to us, are the bricks, one pile of bricks that the Chatalian stole. And if you look off in the distance, up against the house, you see some more red bricks. Those are the ones that are still there. But he came and took that pile, and there were a couple of others under the green AstroTurf that's there, that's kind of folded up. He took those, and some of the green ones as well were in those piles that were there. And the Chatalian caught wind of that, and he came over here one night and he stole most of my bricks. And now the new owners have them, but they're mine because these were left here. Some more of these bricks were used, the green ones. When I got the sprinklers put in, they kind of needed something to support the box, and they found it, and they just used it. I said, "You can't. It's not yours to take and use for this. That cost me money." Well, we need it, you know, and it was a non-issue, but even so that's where some of them went. And then next door on the other side, they kind of made this like garden area between their driveway and my lawn. It was kind of always there, but they cleaned it up and put that plastic edging stuff around it and all that. And there were a number of these bricks there, and they took them and put them there. So everybody's been taking my bricks over the years.
Update! Last night, somebody broke in and stole over $500 of shit from my place! That's right! $500 of the bullshit!
I happened to bump into the new neighbors. They're here today. And I had some stuff to give them from China. I gave them the Pop Sun knife with poultry shears and the Assist Trust soundbar. Figured those would be some nice little gifts they might be able to make some use out of. And they graciously accepted. I said, I want no reciprocation whatsoever. I get this stuff for free. I have tons and tons of stuff. If you can think of anything, let me know. I either have it or might be able to get it. And I said I was doing some yard work the other day, and I happened to notice all those bricks you have on the side of the house. He said, yeah. I said, those were mine. He says, oh? I said, yeah, I actually have pictures of that from before I moved in, and the Chatalian stole them. He says, do you want them back? I said, not really, but I might take some of them. He says, help yourself, I'm getting rid of them. Awesome update. But I got slate. That's what I got. A lot of red slate. This is exactly the stone that is in my screen room. There's, I don't know, 6, 7, or 8 red pieces. And then there's like a blue one, a gray one. And then over here, if I tip this down, there you go. You can see here there's like 2 more pieces, kind of a purpley one and a blue one. And look, bricks, they're broken. Those are broken. There's a green one. And some sort of piece of cement or something. So that's all I pulled out of there, along with this wood. This wood it's got an issue or two. We'll get back to the wood in a second. With the bricks, I found about 1,000 ants and even a few hundred uncles under each one. And, you know, it's like putting it down and they're on the cardboard. They're all scurrying about and that. And it just was not a good time getting that out at all. Really at all. But this wood has just an issue or two. It's pretty well seasoned. Well seasoned, I think, is the word. Before pulling it out, I had aspirations of possibly trying to burn this stuff in the fire pit, but something tells me it ain't gonna burn. Besides it being wet from being seasoned. So I think I'll just get rid of it. So let's go see if China can save the day. From the Vault of China, the Scans 20-volt cordless circular saw. Link in the prescription. Oh, it even comes in a bag. That's good. I don't need that. Better in the box because it tells you what it is. So now, let's see if the zipper has perished. It has not. Here's the manual. Here's the tool. Blade installed. Battery charger. All the good stuff. Battery's fully charged. Will it work? Yeah, that might work. All right, let's go see if we can give this a shot. So again, it's tough not having a Chatalian around to make noise, so I'll have to do it myself. This is admittedly thin. This one's thicker, but half rotten. I don't know if that counts. Still zips right through. Ah! That was my fault. I actually let off the trigger and installed. It's bogged down a bit. That doesn't need much cutting. Some of these are not too good, Al. there's a plant growing in the wood. Cool. That one was good. And now we got the big one. Save the best for last. This one is probably still viable, but I'm not keeping it anymore. Hasn't done any good in all these years, so. Almost. Perhaps I'm overdriving it a bit. One more for good measure. Yeah, did all right. Blade still looks nice and sharp. Battery still shows 3 lights out of 3. So that seemed to work, sort of. There's all the detritus. So now I get to put that in the garbage can. I think it would be easier if I just get on the ground. Dump these in. Some of this is really, really light. It's all rotten out. Some of it just shattered when it hit the ground. So I don't really have any experience using a circular saw. I never owned one. It's not exactly true. I do, sorta. Aldi had one. Bought that. Looked like it was pretty nice. It was like 13 amps, and it was X amount of this and Y amount of that. I had this and I had that, and it's got one of them laser lines going on it, all that kind of stuff. And I tried to use it, and the saw jumped out of my hand. It just didn't want to cut at all. Everything's there, everything's correct. It turns out that China fucked up, and I was the lucky one. China fucked up in such a way that that motor ran the opposite direction of what it was supposed to. And you couldn't put the blade on backwards to make 2 wrongs make a right. That didn't work either. The whole thing was just totally shot. They had another one on the shelf, so I exchanged it. And I tested it, and it definitely spun the right way. I don't think I really ever used it, although there was a video running heavy loads on the Harbor Freight Stormcat generator or something back in the day, and I think either that one or the one that spun backwards, but it's the same model, same thing. We actually ran that off that little generator, Lexmark 567 and I. There's going to be a link in the prescription down below, so you can rewatch that video, or watch it if you've never seen it. As far as this thing is concerned, it's not going to take the place of an AC powered one. There's no way, no how. But for a few quick cuts, I think it did pretty well. I am duly impressed. I think it did pretty well for what I needed it to do. And me not knowing any better and fucking up and letting go of the trigger too soon and starting it with the blade on the wood and all of that were the errors that you saw that I caused. But that leaves the problem of the slate. So I think I know what I want to do with it. But the part I forgot is that the Fred Flintstone must have been really fucking strong. Because that weighs a lot. And this is a small piece. You can only imagine how much these bigger flags actually weighed. That weighs an awful lot. So I have no use for this. I'm not going to throw it out. So I figured maybe pave this area. And I know this ain't going to go far. The idea is perhaps up against the house to the corner and see how far I get. I don't think I want to do that today. The problem I have is how to get it off the cardboard, because it's not going to move. So I could either unload it, or I could take a razor blade and just slice the cardboard off and deal with it another time. As far as the bricks go, I don't know what to do with that either. I guess just make it part of this with the ragged edges and all that. Fit in between them. Anyway, the hopes are that this will help quell some of the weeds and shit that grow in here, because it's sort of like a dead area. This whole area behind the garage would be absolutely perfect to put a small shed. That's not anything I can do. If I get a small shed, it would be like a Home Depot special kind of thing. And I would have to get real paving blocks and put them down, and nothing will be level. And that's just beyond, I can't with my back. It was bad enough with this stuff. So, kind of like in there, let me see if I could take the camera there. Kind of back into the corner there. You know, and kind of come around that and like see how much of it I can just do. And that's it. I still have there's a big piece of PVC pipe there you see on the left side. That was just here. It's not connected to anything. It serves absolutely no purpose. And I don't really have a place for it either. That's where it lived, so it'll continue living there. That's fine. So that'll stay there. But that might make this a little bit more of a not so overgrown area. So that's the plan. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 16 pieces. So I should be able to get a little bit done anyway. Not much, but something. And it'll be better than it just being in a pile. And this way it would be a lot easier to go over with the weed whacker, just in between the cracks. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, so that's going to wrap it up. The slate, I'll sort of figure out in time what I'm going to do. And maybe we'll have a video on that. I don't know. I really do not know. But that is going to do it. So thank you very kindly for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. And take care. We'll see you next time. I think there's actually 2 like big rocks in there also. I could put that in a hoard here also. So that wouldn't be a bad thing.